Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairul Adham Yusuf, second year medical students. So today I want to talk about being patient. In Al-Quran, Allah said in Surah Al-Asr, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Wal-Asr, Innal insana lafi khusr, illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr. The meaning of this surah is, by the passage of the time, surely humanity is in grave loss, except those who have faith and doing goods, urge each other to the truth and urge each other to the perseverance or sabar. So what does Islam say about sabar? So sabar is one of the way to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just by simply being resistant to something that is difficult. And there are many verses in the Quran that says about sabar. As example, in Surah Ali Imran, verse 200, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim, Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu sabiru wa sabiru wa rabitu wattaqullaha la'allakum tuflihun. So what is the major scope or major forms of sabar that we need to have in our life as a Muslim? So the first one is the patience towards the obedience. The second one is the patience towards the disobedience, and the third one is the being patient with the provisions and misfortune, which is the qada and qadar. So it is being patient about the obedience with the obedience. So patient with the obedience means that we need to be patient with something that Allah asks us to do, Allah wants us to do. As the example is by worship, like prayers, like we perform the salah, we perform the zakah, we perform all the obligations and all that Allah wants us to do, all the good things that Allah wants us to do. That is the patience towards the obedience. But patience towards the disobedience is we restrain and abstain ourselves from doing things that Allah don't want us to do. As the example is doing ma'asiyah, like drinking the alcohol, and maybe we bribing people as example. So that's all of this disobedience things is what Allah wants us to be patient with, to be abstain ourselves or our nafsu from doing something that is Allah don't want us to do. But the third one is patient with the provisions and misfortunes or qada and qadar. So we know that qada and qadar is something that has been set by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then there are some of the qada and qadar that can be changed, but however whatever the qada and qadar is, we need to be patient with it. Either it is a good thing or it is a bad thing. So what is the wisdom or benefit of being sabar in Islam? So we will refer to the what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said by the Sunnah. The first one is there is hadith that shows that the strongest person, the real strength in the humanity, is someone who are being patient. Because there are many people who can build their muscle, or they can carry a very massive or heavy things, but they cannot be sabar. They cannot abstain on themselves from being anger or expose their emotions to other people. The next hadith that talk about sabar is a hadith that say that being sabar is one of the grants from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there is nothing that is more blissful or more profitable from being sabar, because when we were sabar, we will meet all the solutions to all the problems in our life. The next hadith that talk about being sabar is sabar is one of the signs of those who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is a hadith that says that how amazing the Muslims, because when they were being given with something good, they will become grateful, and when they were being tested by something that is difficult, they become patient. So we know that by this hadith, being sabar is one of the signs of someone of the believers, and being believed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one of the rank that we want to achieve in our life. So the next hadith that I want to highlight here is when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was being hurt by the people, by the Quraysh, by the Mushrikeen. Prophet Muhammad is being sabar despite all of those difficulties and all of those hatred that come from the people. So being sabar is one of the properties or one of the characteristics of a prophet. Other than that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. So Allah will test with the fear, with the hunger, with the loss of wealth, But those who get the glad tidings is those who were sabirin, those who were being patient. And also in the hadith, there is stated that by being sabar is a way to erase our sins. Last but not least, despite all of the reasons that I have stated before, by being patient is one of the command of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. As an example, in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah said, "A'udzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu ista'inu bis-sabri was-salah, innaha lakabiratun illa 'alal khashi'in." So what we can conclude here, be sober with what you face in the life, despite all the tests and all the things and all the bad things that you have faced, that you need to overcome. There is a way, there is a light, and that is a reward that Allah has set at the end of the path. Wallahu a'lam. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.